Alright, there we go. Hello, I'm known as Succeeded Genome, and welcome back home. Welcome Starfire, welcome Mark Bada, congrats on your first plot, and welcome everyone else who might be dropping in today. This is gonna be a bit of a odd one today. It's not gonna be me working on games or anything yet, but it's kind of like a reorientation type of deal. Hang on. Wait. There you go. Let's see how the audio is. I think it's fine. Maybe I can lower it a little bit. Alright. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone is doing well. Alright, where to begin? Since the end of last year, I got through some medical stuff, but I think a lot of you are aware of. Yeah, let me do this. Yeah, there you go. Excuse me. So I'm thinking of something to draw on, but I think it's best if I... Where is it? Documents? This thing? Oh yeah, sure. Hey, what's that? Oh, that is from way back when. Alright. Oh, there you go. Let me boot up Unreal Engine so I can have like some... Actually, I think this is fine. Alright. That being said, I hope everyone is doing well. I'm kind of going through some, I don't know, some pages that I want to go through when I was working on the Unreal Engine version of the game. At some point, I kind of want to switch back to Unity for reasons that I myself don't understand that well. Welcome out though. Good to see you. Good to see you. Am I winning? Well, I never. It didn't even start yet. Hang on. Let me boot up Unreal Engine real quick. Ugh. I feel Unreal Engine 5 in particular is a bit bloated. I could go back to Unreal Engine 4 and port over the stuff from the current version of Unreal Engine to UE4 and then start from there, because I don't need the fancy stuff from UE5 at all. Because I thought the newest version is good, because then I can, you know, improve the game in some way, but I don't think that's gonna work that way. So right now I'm just gonna try to figure out where to go from here. So this is something that I really want to finish, but I'm running into a lot of issues. For example, if I want to make a homing missile, which is possible, can I equip this? I still remember how it works. Wait, what? Oh, that's a laser. Right. No longer license out 4 and you're forced to use 5. I didn't even know about that, but that... I'm gonna verify this. God damn. Is that really true? UE4. Can I still use UE4? This is from 1 year ago. Hi, I try to use Godot, but I want to check out Unreal Engine 2. I don't want to use Unreal Engine for various reasons. Can I use Unreal 4 for a complete project? And experience I gained during development will be still useful in Unreal Engine 5. Might as well keep up. I don't. Short answer yes. Long answer also yes. I've used UE4 for years and I've only spent a few dozen hours in UE5. But I'm still able to use UE5 just as efficiently. What you learn in UE4 translates very well to UE5. Basically the same experience with extra features you can disable or just don't use if you don't need them, like Lumen, Nanite, Megalites, etc. I see. Might be misremembering. I don't think it's right at all. But these are answers from a year ago. Well, granted, these are from Reddit, but I'll take it with a pinch of salt. Ugh, Yeah, I try not to cough into the mic. I'm still a little bit, not too great, but I'm doing much better. Yeah. So for now, I'm just gonna, dab a little bit in religion and hope that I can. Oh, lordy. Still gotta get used to the controls. So what do I have so far? I have a character robot. I can talk to NPCs. I can skip dialogue. And that works. Can I do it again? I can. Cool. And still, I'm kinda... I do want to shift slowly but surely to Unity. It's lightweight, a lot of documentation, but I haven't really done a lot of research. Thing is, and these NPCs are the biggest reason why I want to go to Unity. So they work, but I might have to change it anyway. Look at that. So those two are just stuck to each other, and I actually they're stuck. I think those distance are stuck. Why? I don't know. It's so jank, and I don't think I can continue from here unless I can keep it in. Or maybe the game that I want to make is just really difficult for someone with my current skill set. Best thing I can do is make arts, animation, textures, anything visual I can make. But coding-wise, that's gonna be a bit of an issue. I mean, it works, sorta. But I'm mostly using just bits and pieces of code from tutorials and other sources, or even ask Chocolate for help with the religion stuff. She's great, and I don't think I'll be able to get this far without her help. Oh wait, can I zoom in on the? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe these are a little bit slow. Oh god, it lags. I can remove these. I can reattach them. I can fire them again. Yeah, that works, but it's so jank. Can fly. That's also part of the game. I can import 3 models that looks sorta okay. So what I'm gonna do with this... Alright, back to basics. I'm gonna get rid of this guy. So the initial plan was, at least for this year, in the year of the Lord 2026, I want to spend the first 2 months dabbling in Unity, see how far I can get, and if things goes well, I can stick to it. Also, thank you for the look of my pod. I just noticed it. Sorry. I can stick to Unity for a bit, and if it doesn't work out or I'm not feeling it, then I can switch back to Unreal Engine 5 because I still have all of the assets and all of the current progress that I've made so far. But because it's been ages ago since I've last touched the game project, I'm kind of like drift off a little bit, and for the past couple of months I was like mostly busy with Star Sector stuff, which made a lot of progress so far. It's pretty much a functional mod, but it's not finished yet because I still want to add more stuff to the mod. Ships, weapons, sprites, portraits, all of that. But I don't want to spend too much time on the mod because this is what I really want to work on. And yet, I'm out of juice. I don't know what it is. Maybe I've just like fallen off of it. So happy with how the... Wait, hang on. There's a bit of text on one of them. Huh. Yeah, but I'm still happy with the way this looks, and I think I can import all the assets of this version into Unity. Also, oh, that reminds me. Now look at this thing. So I did want to make a grab function. How do I do that? Oh, it's that one. I want to grab the car, and then be able to bring it with me. But this thing is like super jank. It's not supposed to do that. I kind of want to try rebuilding the game into Unity. If that doesn't work out, I'm just gonna stick to it and try to fix the little bits and pieces of problems this game has. That being said, a lot of really cool games are made in Unreal Engine 5. For example, I think this is a perfect example. What's again? Voices of the Void. It simulates Source Engine jank in the best way possible, but it also utilizes a lot of the, the Unreal Engine technical aspects of the game. It's not that high, like graphics wise. It's like very, I don't want to say low poly, but like very simple in aesthetics, which is something that I really appreciate. Maybe I'm doubting myself at the worst possible moment. Then again, I have I had cancer, like diagnosed at the end of August, starting September, around that period of time. But I also was already planning on quitting my job last year, so I can have the entire year for myself working on the game. At least for the entirety of 2026, it's perfect. So I have a lot of free time. I can stream much more often. I can recover from the from chemo. Like I'm all better now, by the way. No worse there. Actually, this Thursday I have like another checkup. It's just the first one in a while, and I'm still kind of nervous about that. But still, I do want to focus as much time as possible on game dev. This is something that I really want to do, and I'm not doing it, and it just kind of made me sad. I know I can do it. Like, this is how far I've gone. I have the power to do it. Maybe not the coding expertise, but I can absolutely figure my way out on how to make the game. It's not animated, but I can just make it swap between poses, like even if it's in midair. Jank as it is functional, and I can just make it work. Even a shadow is like sort of jank because it's not a shadow; it's more like a projection. If that makes sense. Look at this. I'm still really proud of that, of the fact that it just works. It's also a little bit of leaning pose. Yeah. There is... Okay, wait, I wasn't finished with my spiel. So, after the chemo, I had to recover for a couple of weeks. After... I don't know, after a while, I started to feel better. I eat well, I move a lot more. Going out for walks, try to do a little bit of exercise, not much, but just a little bit, just to keep me moving a bit more. Especially now that I no longer work in my workplace. Excuse me. Then a lot of stuff happened for the past 3 months. Right now, at the time of this recording, it's almost Easter, which means it's the beginning of April. So 3 months into the new year, I have still not touched any type of game dev, unless you count Star Sector, which is something that I made a lot of progress in, but it's not really my main goal. My own problem is that I shift focus from time to time. Like, then I want to work on this project, then I want to work on the other one. I really want to focus on this one, but then I sit down in front of my computer, boot up the project, and just stare at it. And I'm just at a loss. I don't know what it is. I think it's... I don't know what exactly it is. Like, no longer motivate or something. Maybe you can wait and try that new game engine Valve is cooking. That's another thing. The new engine is called Sandbox, or I think it's called SN box, or some people call it, just to be clear what they meant. I could, but then I'm going back into my old issue, like from way before I even started this project. Then I want to work in Game Maker, but what if I want to make it 3D? Then I want to start doing a Unity engine, but what if I can't cope very well? Unreal Engine has like what's it called? Blueprint scripting. I'm gonna switch back to Unreal Engine, then back to Game Maker, then back to Unity, and then it's just like a never-ending cycle. Sandbox thing, yeah, exactly. Sandbox. So this is something that I can see myself doing again. Yeah, I want to go back into Unity, then going to back into Unreal Engine. I just can't stick to an engine and just follow through. I can make something really cool, but then I just lose steam, then no pun intended, and just like grind to a halt. I need to stick to it. But do I stick to Unreal Engine or just stick to Unity? And there's the whole thing with the CEO of Unity trying to charge people per installation, which is absolutely ridiculous. That's really what turned me off from Unity. But the CEO is long since been fired, and the engine itself is fine. It's just the company that's running it is like not really trustworthy ever since then. But I think, at least at the time of this recording, it's fine-ish. They haven't done anything weird so far, but you never know. Welcome, Sanglu. It's good to see you. See which one's better and more you like. And it's also something that I can try. So, alright, let's talk a little bit of Sandbox. From what I've seen, not all of it, but from what I've seen and understood, Sandbox is like Gary's mod, but a bit more robust from what I understand. I could be completely off, mind, so take this with a pinch of salt. So, Gary's mod is a sandbox game where you can literally do anything you can imagine. Porn? Yeah, sure, you can make that. You can even just use that for like start a YouTube series with what was it called, a Gmod Idiot box, which I've been following for a long while back in the day. I don't know where Gmod is right now at the moment, but it is pretty a solid sandbox game. I had a lot of fun. I like making like apparatus and destructible vehicles in that game. But if they turn it into a proper game engine, then yeah, then I already have a little bit of experience with Gmod, so that could apply into Sandbox, but I don't know what Sandbox is like. Another really attractive thing about sandboxes is that whatever you make in Sandbox, you can sell it on Steam royalty-free. That sounds like a steal of a deal. A indie game developer's biggest dream. I'm not an indie game developer, but I haven't released any games yet, and that just makes me sad. But I need to just focus and be disciplined. Oh, hey, thank you for the eat redeem. I don't have any food on me. I do have a mint. Also, I already drink. Oh, thank you for that. I'm gonna drink first. I have iced coffee with me. Okay. Thank you. Hard to talk to. Do you know about Godot Engine? I've dabbled a little bit in Godot Engine. Another attractive thing about Godot Engine is, or Godot, or Godot, I don't know how people pronounce it. It's basically Unity, but whatever Unity project that you've got running in for a while, you can re-import that into, or import that into Godot, no problem. There is a way, but that's still, I don't know. That is my problem. I don't have any food on me, but I do have a cough drop for my coughs, so I think I'll eat that. Also, welcome to Science Storm. Good to see you. Alright, hang on. Let me boot up my Photoshop again. Oh, wait, okay, I got an idea. Let's list off pros and cons. Pros and cons. Alright, what do we have? We got Unity. God damn it, they're all... Fine, I'll just pick this one. There we go. Delete all of that. Alright, let's go drag in Unreal Engine. There you go. Holly is Unity. Holly? Let's see. What else? Godot. Or Godot. Oh, this one's perfect. I'll use this one. It's too much. I need to shrink this down a little bit. Alright, what else? Sandbox. Or SNbox. I think this is the logo. Let me put that in here. One thing about Godot is how I know of it. You do? Have you used it? Oh, excuse me. Alright, let me shrink these down a little bit. Actually, let me just merge them all together. Unity, you're too big. You need to simmer down a little bit. So I was going to finish talking about it, where community manager went mental and used the company account as a personal one. Helldivers mode. Oh no. Alright, here we go. We got Unity. Say something nice about Unity. Let's make it a plus. Actually, let me turn off the. There you go. I think it's lightweight, right? This thing, I like it because of blue. How do you spell blue? Yeah, blueprints. Also, current project, because this is what I'm working on at the moment. Current project. Yeah, Roland, welcome. How's it going? One engine where pixelated games are made in. I know of Sprite, but that's not an engine. That's more of a like an art tool, like Photoshop, for example. But I think I know what you mean. I'm also blanking out on the name. From what I've heard, Godot is solid. What does that mean? I don't even know if it's solid or not. I mean, it's a alternative to Unity. Oh boy, oh god, that's not what I want to do. Oh no. I gotta go. Solid alternative to Unity. Sandbox. What's it good? What I've heard is royalty free. Now that's really attractive. I can't spell free. God damn it. Okay, there you go. That'll do it. Okay, what else? What else? What about documentation? And Real Legends is it's not too great with documentation, but even then, I don't think it can read documentation that well. Remember, I'm not a programmer. I'm more of an artist. Artist, animator, texturer, a rigger, modeler, concept artist, character artist, environment art. I'm anything that's visual. Anything visual I can do. Anything behind the scenes, not so much. So that's why Unreal Engine was attractive to me, because if I can make something happen in blueprints, then I can put the visual stuff on top of it. But the problem is, in my case, janky code. I mean, it works, but the NPC is really janky. I think it maybe should be NPC, non-player characters. Why else is Unity really good? Seeing the good documentation is really good. Let's try something. What do I want in Unity? I want to make a. Let's say if I want to make. I mean, you can make a platform, but okay, what else? Hang on, sorry, I'm a bit distracted. I'm thinking. Well, okay, flying. Flying enemy AI. Oh, perfect. Okay, there's a YouTube video on how to make flying enemy in Unity fast. Sure. Yeah, let's watch it a little bit. Play the video, damn it. It's not loading the video. Okay, there we go. I don't know what this is about. I turned off the sound. I mean, that's a flying enemy. That looks functional. But what if I want to make it in 3D? Oh, okay, it is in 3D. So you can do that. He's doing it from scratch too. Like, first model the enemy character, and then where's the coding part? Come on. Is this how to model a...
Ignite.
Hang on, I'll send the link. This is Thomas Brush on YouTube. You can check him out on this link. Oh, it's a devlog, so he's not really explaining on how to make a thing. This is the title. How I made a flying enemy in Unity fast. This is uploaded 4 years ago, so maybe it's outdated. I don't know. Oh, he's texturing it in. Wait, is that Photoshop? It is Adobe Photoshop. Wait, what? How does he? Did he skip a step? Okay, so how? Maybe he already had a framework to work off of. Yeah, it doesn't really explain how to make the enemy fly towards you or attack you or anything like that. Okay. Let's try again. I'm still like trying to find the pros and cons between Unity and Unreal Engine. Uh, flying Unity flying enemies, flying nav mesh agents. What if I type in 3D? Okay, there we go. Does that show up on... Yes, it should. Okay, yes, a dragon character. Oh boy, C#. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. Actually, ugh. Excuse me, it's like a piece of the cuff drop's like almost cutting me. Seeing all this code reminds me of working in Java scripting, at least, because I use a IDE for my Star Sector mod, so I can sort of get the gist by looking at this. Private vector trait, get random position inbox. Float X, Y, Z, random within range. Yeah, I can sort of get what this is saying, but I don't know the context behind it. It generates waypoints, apparently. Okay. I think I can follow along. And because I have already a very basic understanding of coding, at least, I can sort of get what I'm looking at. Like my mind is not being blown. I can comprehend this, is what I'm saying. Sort of, but I feel like I'm running into problems later down the road, no matter what. Wait, I want to see it work. On these are just materials. Is he going to fly? Oh yeah, that kind of works. Oh, Felix, welcome. We're talking about game dev and trying to find the pros and cons between all these potential engines. I guess I'm gonna put this on. Documentation. Did I misspell documentation? There you go. Join me on Elder Student Stat. No, that's another problem. I need to stick to this. This is important to me. I can't leave it behind. Also, I have done a lot of collabs and streams that's irrelevant to game dev. Oh man, a while back, I don't remember how long ago, like at least a couple of weeks ago, I was like dropping by in Rodin Hostoria stream. Go check out Rodin Hostoria over the Twitch.tv. Give her a shout out. Hostoria. Is this how you spell her name? Yeah, last time playing Grime 2 with a Twitch.tv/Rodin. See, she's like saying how great and amazing I am, and I'm like, oh gosh, that's really embarrassing. But thank you, Ronan, much appreciated. But also mentions how I'm also working on my own game, and I'm like, oh shoot, I'm still working on that. There was like a lot going on, and I barely touched the code, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try going back into game dev, but I haven't really touched the project in a while. Still feel bad about it. There we go. I got something made in Unreal Engine, but I haven't really touched this since last year, which is not great. I don't know what it is. It could be... Maybe it's just simply because I was dealing with my medical issues at the time, but I don't want that to be the reason why I'm slacking off, if you will. I mean, I'm doing this for myself. Like, imagine if imagine if I had a Patreon and people are paying me to work on this. I'd feel awful knowing that people are just expecting really cool thing coming out of this, but I'm just not working on it. But I'm not even getting paid to do this. I still feel bad. Are you nice if it's nice? Hey, congrats. Can I punch this guy and grab this? I can. It's really jank, but it works. Oh boy. Can I grab this? I can't. Get the other one. Dual wielding. Okay, why? Okay, there we go. Pop. I'm so happy that this works. All right, drop it. I'm still leaning towards continuing in Unity. Maybe make like a simple base, and if the simple base works, I can import all these assets back into Unity. It doesn't even need to be animated. It just need to be re-imported into Unity. I mean, the models look alright. Maybe I can improve the model with the current knowledge that I have. Or maybe I can just keep using this. Doesn't matter how jank it is, as long as it works. Alright, what else? Back to this. So I can import assets into Unity and continue from there. Yeah. With Godot, how are the royalties on Godot? Or Godot, royalties. It charges no royalties according to MIT software. Godot is one of the fastest growing game engines available. It is completely open source, charges no royalties, and allows you to export to PC console. Oh, excuse me. PC consoles, mobile. What else? Oh, it just kind of stops. Oh, PC consoles, mobile, and web from a single project. Its GD script language enables agile development, and its node-based architecture make complex projects manageable. For indie studios and companies that want to develop without depending on a costly license, Godot is a solid alternative to Unity and Unreal. Wow, it even says so solid alternative to Unity. That's what I wrote in here as well. Okay, wait. And Unreal Engine. Okay. What about Sandbox? What's good about Sandbox, I wonder? Let's see. Programming languages: C#, scripting language, and C++. Yeah, interesting. Wait, get it? It's on Steam. Can I get it right now? Planned release date the 28th of April 2026. I'm gonna add this to my wish list. I mean, it's probably gonna be. Wait, do I have to pay for it? Like, I don't mind paying for it, especially when it's royalty free. If I'm gonna sell my Sandbox created game. honestly, Source Engine is really good at making liminal spaces, or at the very least, the vibe of abandoned hallways and such. Case in point, the entirety of Half-Life 2. Let's check. Okay. Alright, well, what does it say? Oh, that's my tail. Excuse me. S-Box. I clicked on the site, but it's not loading. What the hell? Oh, wait, it's loading. Sandbox is a spiritual successor to Gary Smart and a love letter to Source 2. Sick. Actually, let me read this together with you guys. This is what says on the side. Well, Sandbox. Sandbox isn't Gary Smart 2. It's built to eclipse what was possible before, not just modernize it. We're using Source 2 and everything we've learned from Source 1, Gary Smart Unity, and Unreal to create a modern, intuitive, moddable game and development environment. Like Rust and Gary Smart, this is a long-term project. We're building the platform we want to use ourselves, something we'll work on and improve for the next couple of decades. Okay. Key features. Play hundreds of... Actually, let me... There we go. Play hundreds of community-made games, from shooters and platforms to puzzlers and racers. Team up with friends right from the main menu and jump in any game together. No installs, no subs, no add-ons, just click and play. Sounds really good. What's the caveat? Also, the thing on the left is animated, but I can't screenshot an animated movie. Create your own games and playtest instantly with our familiar scene system. Built with our first-rate C# API, easy for beginners, powerful for pros. When you look at this, yeah, it looks familiar. So here's the browser, here's the inspector, and here's the list of assets. I can work with that. Alright, let me read further. Come on. Write modern C# 14 with the latest language features, no legacy baggage. Powered by .NET 10 and familiar component system. That doesn't mean anything to me. I don't know what those are. Intuitive, flexible, and fast. Enjoy smooth performance with no GC stutters. Public class ship controls components. Property range 0 to 1000. Public float speed. Get set equals 200. Float. This is a float. Protect override void on update. This is just a ship moving forward. That is very easy. Okay. I mean, it says so in here. Moves the upside forward in the camera direction when pressing forward. The speed to move the object. What else? Open source. Our code is on GitHub and is MIT licensed, so you can do whatever you want with it. We believe that the positives of open source massively outweigh any negatives. Alright. This looks like... No wait, this is GitHub. I mean, a lot of people working with GitHub. Release, public PR. What about something like, Oh god, what did I do? Never mind that. Share. Let me put this on here. Actually, let me get rid of all this. Just click on publish, everything uploaded on again is ready to play instantly. Sausage Survivors. Pizza Clicker multiplayer. Digging the Game. Micro Mayhem. Baggage Clicker. I mean, these are probably just very simple games for the purpose of showcasing it. What's this? I see like two guys with guns, but I don't know what they're called. Doesn't matter. Once it's out, we can all just take a look at it. Play fund. What does that even mean? Earn real money when people play your games. Or play fund rewards creators based on engagement, not ads or microtransactions. That is good. Play fund grows with our success, so the more players the game gets, the bigger the pool will be. So far we've paid nearly $500,000, I assume United States dollars. Alright. I mean, I think at this point it's kind of like explaining what this thing can do. Will be just built right into the engine, no setup needed. Playtest for games or levels instantly with community. That is really important. Yeah, so setting up multiplayer in any engine actually, but let's take Unreal Engine for Unreal Engine for example. If I want to make this into a multiplayer game, I have to redo the entire thing from scratch again. The thing about multiplayer is whatever you see, the other player needs to see as well. Otherwise, if I kick this car, then on my end I can see I kick the car, but I also have to apply that the same for everyone else in the server, and that requires a lot of setup and planning if I want to make this co-op from the beginning. That might also be a big bonus. Hang on, let me put that in there. It has built-in multi, I don't know. Multiplayer. There you go. That's pretty good. Alright, that's actually already a big plus. I'm gonna take another swig of my drink. Alright, what else? Let me take a look at the site once again. I'm just gonna read it out loud. Hot load. See the code, changes take effect instantly with blazing fast. Hot loading, no compiling, no restarts. That's pretty good. Cloud assets. Create your games and levels with a huge library of assets. Sick. No downloads or subs, just track straight from the asset browser into your scene. That is pretty good. Might have to be careful with that so I don't, you know, asset flip everything just to make one game. Wait, Hammer? Create levels with Valve's powerful Hammer editor. We've made it moddable, add new tools, UI primitives, and more. Sick! I haven't touched the Hammer editor in ages. Alright, well, a long time ago, I used the Hammer editor to try to make a Gmod map. It was really difficult because I'm not really a programmer, but I've touched Hammer, or I dabbled in Hammer a little bit. Hammer is basically just a different software just to make source engine levels. You can make like a custom map for Gmod, or just make something like a custom map in Half-Life. But yeah, that's pretty much what Hammer is. I was actually so inspired by looking at the city maps in Gmods, where I think there was like another one called it's an RP map with a lot of interactable doors and systems, and there's even a what's it called? A broadcasting system inside the map where you can broadcast yourself into the city, which is really impressive. I completely forgot what the name is. Maybe it's called City 13 or something. I might have to look it up. It's for a dark RP server. Action graph. Use your visual scripter action graph to build an interactive experience. No code, no messy change of entities. That sounds like... Actually, let me show you this. There it is. So this is another form of visual scripting. I mean, it says so, visual scripting, like Unreal Engine blueprinting, but this is different. I mean, I could work with it. I have worked in Unreal Engine blueprints before, but it's just I don't know. I think I'm just at a weird point in my game dev path. Not even a career, because I haven't really made anything out of it yet. Shader, they have a shader graph. They have VR. Coming soon, export and release your sandbox game as standalone titles on Steam. Completely free, no royalties, no strings, your game, your name, your revenue. Hang on, let me put this on screen for everyone to see. Now, that is something that I'm interested in. But first, I need to make the game first. I can't publish anything if I don't have a game at all. Oh, and that's it. That's the end of the website. So, looks like you can make a flying game, a golf game, racing game. It's like a whole bunch of stuff happening, I see. Can I show this? I cannot. Actually, wait, I think I can. Let me try. I really try not to cough into the mic. Come on, load, damn it. The site weirdly doesn't load from time to time. Okay, there we go. Look, you can make a flying game in Sandbox. Actually, you can just recreate Ace Combat. Ace Combat, but like World War II planes. That sounds sick, actually. So what do I want to do? Do I just wait, or do I just stick to Unity for now? There is a game that I really want to make in Unity a while back, but I haven't really gotten anywhere with it. Where is it? Is it this one? It's called Design Doc, but I haven't really done anything in it. Ah, god damn it. Okay, there we go. So I felt really inspired and said, you know what, I want to make some type of base defense game, like something really simple that I can build in Unity and try to make it work before deciding on sticking to it. So I decided, you know what, it's gonna be based off of post World War II aesthetics and try to, I don't know, like something in this direction. And I really wanted to make it, but I never got around to it because of job or other stuff happening in the background. Real life stuff, you know. But then when I finally have the time to work on it, nothing. I can't get any output. Either I need a lot of input, or I just need to feel inspired again. Sister Tannhauser. How did I come up with these names? I haven't seen these guys in ages. Wait, did I draw them all on that one layer? I think I did. That's alright. I think I can still use these characters, or maybe like redesign them a little bit before keeping them. I don't know. I need to get into the groove again of game dev. So for now, I'm just in a weird period where I can't really. I don't know. I'm like in a type of funk. I did manage to make a. Oh lordy, ignore that. Don't worry about that. This one? Wait, how do I get? Oh, God. All right, there you go. Wait, shouldn't it play something? Yeah, it should play a dialogue, but it's not doing it. Maybe I turned it off. Hang on, let me try. If I remember correctly, and this is a long time ago. Play mission, intro, destroy all. This is outro. Alright, I think I need this and auto start. I really don't remember. It's been way too long. Okay, there we go. Try and return to base. Just come back in one piece. Yeah, you can do that. Wait, but I don't have any weapons. I think I can make it work. Pop, pop, pop. Ah, damn, I can't get close. And this guy's just facing the wall. There we go. We need that. Yeah. And those guys are stuck. And this guy is stuck. All targets destroyed. Good job. Proceed to nearest exit. Did I make an exit somewhere? I think it's this one. No, it's this one. No, wait, I think it is this one. Hey, good job out there. Come on in. Whoa, that actually works. And then it just brings you back in here. Yeah, the way to build the mission is really jank. Alright. Alright. But what if I want to make a mission where I need to escort an item? That's why I was building with this, but it's not really doing anything. Alright. Let's boot up Unity. Don't save, I haven't really changed anything yet. How do I think I need to boot up the hub first and then switch over to Unity. Wait, which one was the... Oh, wait, was it this one? It's called Cool Game Environments, but I don't think I've done anything with it. Come on. Any second now. I have a BVPC and still takes okay, there we go. Alright, how to make a player character. I think I need to do something in here. I guess I'm gonna try looking at all the videos. Alright. I'm gonna try playing around in Unity, see how far I can get. I mean, I've just been streaming for an hour. I don't think I'll be streaming long today, because this is mostly just me putting it on record that I'm going to start doing more game dev. Because I really want to make a game, but I keep getting held up by whatever is going on out around me, or I don't know. There's something about myself that I just can't focus on a game. Could be like I really don't know. Hang on. Okay, Unity, like third person. All right, shut up. Hey, I'll be all right. All right, let's watch this together. I'm just gonna go on my journey again.
Holding a first-person controller and a lot of movement abilities for it, I'm sure some of you want to know how this would look in third person. So today I'm going to show you how to create full third-person movement, how to set up different camera behaviors, and on top of that, I'm also going to explain how you can easily use my other tutorials in third person. So
hang on, how old is this? This video is 3 years old. I think it should be fine.
So let's get started. Inside of your Unity scene, create an empty game object. Call it player and add a rigid body. And make sure it's set to continuous and interpolate. Then as children of this object, create a capsule called player object and an empty game object called orientation. And this is basically the setup. So if you want to, you can of course replace the capsule with a real 3D model, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to add a few glasses and that's it. So now the first thing that we're going to implement is the camera. And since coding third-person cameras is quite tricky, we're just going to use an awesome package called Cinemachine. So go to Window, Package Manager, and then under My Assets, search for Cinemachine. Then you can just hit download and import, and you're ready to go.
Wait, I have to download additional stuff to make a... Wait, do I have Cinemachine? Wait, let me check. Where did he show that?
Then
Package Manager. Okay. Where is that? Assets? Nope. Project settings, maybe? Nope. Components. Okay, wait, hang on. I gotta rewatch this thing again. Cinemachine. Window. Okay, there it is. Let's try this. Ah, there it is. Package Manager. Oh, you guys can't see this because it's not very focused on it. But I'm seeing it. Search I don't have it. Do I need to... Okay, there it is. Cinemachine 3.1.6. Okay, let's install it. Click to install this package into your... I'm gonna install the shit out of this package. Yeah. This project contains at least one package that has an invalid signature. This would indicate they are unsafe or malicious. Would you like to open the package manager to review? God damn it, why? Okay, fine. Open package manager. Wait, it's compiling scripts. Is this gonna turn me off from Unity? Like this minor thing that a lot of people are already dealing with in Unity, and it's like, well, it's no big deal. Let's just do it. The signature is invalid. What the hell? Okay, wait, hang on. Let me go back to the video. Someone says, I'm having a very hard time with this tutorial because of the hierarchy setup and just the sudden appearance of all these parts is super confusing. If you could just have a breakdown on how you put all those components into it, the tutorial will be a lot more helpful because I just can't go off the sudden appearance of all these components and I have no experience, so please explain. Okay, this guy's just really new. Comes with child dreams, shall be so much TV. Okay, okay. I'm just gonna keep watching.
Under My Assets, search for Cinemachine. Then you can just hit download and import, and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
And thanks to Cinemachine, setting up the camera is going to be really easy. Just click on Cinemachine and then create free look camera.
But I have to first. Oh, okay.
This will create a new object with a free look component on it. And basically how this works is that you can change all of the settings here, and then the component will control the movement of your camera. So drag the player into the follow and look at slot, and if you now hit play, it's already somewhat working. But the settings are quite weird. Now you can of course go through all of the settings yourself and adjust them however you like, but as a starting point, let me just give you the settings that I'm going to use. So first, I like to turn the FOV up to 50, and then under access control, where you can change the input settings, just flip the invert axis spools the other way around. Now you can see these three red circles around the player. Those are the camera orbits. Basically, they define how far the camera is away from the player at different heights. I'm going to use these values, but this is really personal preference, so make sure to experiment with it. And in the rig settings, I'm just going to turn off all dead zones so the camera follows the player more precisely. You can also make the camera aim a little bit higher while being in the middle rig. And if you now hit play, you have a great setup for a third-person camera. And of course, you still need to decide what style you're going for, but I'll explain that in the end of the video.
Yeah, that seems easy, but I feel like this is not the best way to make it. Let me look some more. Third-person controller, maybe. This is 8 months ago. I mean, yeah,
The solution is
this is pretty much game dev.
to use the character controller, but
Watching
you want to
tutorial
have your
videos.
character actually interact with Unity physics. In that case, you can simply make it so that for every contact your character controller makes with a rigid body, apply a force at the contact point in the direction of the surface normal. Hold on though, you might want more than just physics interaction. What if you want your character to be affected by physics too? So in this video, we'll go in depth on how you should be exactly making your player controller, what exactly you should be careful of, and which approach you should ultimately choose in the end. When creating a rigid body controller, you've probably seen tutorials where people directly set the velocity of the rigid body. I have to tell you, this is not entirely the right way of using rigid body, and something you should pretty much avoid. Setting velocity every physics frame explicitly is not recommended in Unity's documentation. Here's why. First, let's understand what a rigid body actually is. A rigid body controls objects through a physics simulation, which means that it is trying to simulate how physics works in real life. Physics simulation in Unity runs at a fixed rate, which is, by the way, why everyone tells you to put your physics code in fixed update to sync with the physics engine. And when we force and manually set velocity every physics frame on a rigid body, we're essentially breaking the laws of physics. What you should be doing instead is adding force to the rigid body. But this, of course, also has problems. Humans move like this, not like this. The truth is, the player controllers we develop for games don't perfectly represent real-life physics, which is exactly why making a proper rigid body player controller is so challenging. In real life, we don't have a floating capsule, so how do we do this the right way? First of all, we need to use the force mode of velocity change when adding force to the rigid body. This ensures that velocity changes aren't affected by the rigid body's mass or the simulation step length. Next, we need to fix the slipperiness problem. This can be solved by applying much higher drag while the player is on the ground. I want to emphasize, only when on the ground. Why, you might ask? If you were to, for example, walk off an edge, you'll notice your character will glide and float unnaturally. So you need a separate ground check system, which I'll explain next, to determine whether your character is in air or grounded. If a character is in the air, you'll want to set the drag much lower. How do you handle ground checking with rigid bodies? You might say just a simple raycast, but to this, I'd like to say this isn't going to give you accurate results. If your character is on an edge, it will falsely report that the player is in the air, which definitely isn't what we want. As alternatives, we could use a sphere cast, which shoots out a sphere instead of a single ray, or use on collision enter callback. However, with both approaches, you also need to verify that the collided surface is actually ground. What I mean by this is that if you hit a wall, it might register as ground too. So if you walk off while colliding with a wall, your character controller might hit an edge case and still think you're grounded. To fix this, you can either manually assign all real ground objects to a separate ground physics layer, or check the slope angle. The slope angle is the angle between the player's down vector and the ground surface's normal vector. If this angle doesn't exceed a certain threshold, then you register it as ground. As a different way to fix this problem, you could also theoretically make the sphere cast slightly smaller than the collider, so it won't register walls, but this has caused other edge case problems for me. We're not done with the problems yet. We also have slope problems. Since we have a rigid body, which is a physics object, on the slope...
Oh boy, this is a lot to take in. I get the gist of it, but... Okay, let's keep going.
It's natural that our physics object will slide down. To prevent this, we can add a counterforce upward that counteracts gravity when you're on a slope. Sure, now let's try moving on a slope. You'll notice your rigid body player controller moves slower when going uphill and faster going downhill. You need to ensure the force you're applying isn't based on the player's rotation, but is parallel to the ground surface. You can get this vector by taking the ground's normal and finding the perpendicular vector to that normal. And then when going downhill, you also need to ensure that the force you're applying matches the force when going uphill. What I mean by this is that you have to account for the gravitational force that's constantly applied to your character. Since our movement on a slope is perpendicular to the surface, we can simply add an upward force matching the gravitational force so that it would counteract gravity here as well. Alright, do we now have the perfect rigid body controller? Unfortunately, not quite. As soon as we start walking upstairs, you'll notice the next.
I think this is just explain like the whole concept of rigid body and such. Yeah, it's not really gonna explain how to set it up step by step. Hang on, let me cough my lungs out for a bit. Excuse me. I'm gonna mute myself. Alright, I'm back. I'm okay. Yeah. Every time I take out my jacket, I get like a weird little static charge in my ear. I'm wearing like earbuds, so it seems that might be why. Yeah, this explains how to set it up. Or actually, it explains what to look out for when setting up a character controller like this. Oh boy. Generated by... You cannot be serious. I mean, there's another video. This one. I'm just... I don't know. I'm just like browsing through YouTube and I'm trying to look for something that I want to use in my game. I mean, it's like plenty of tutorials on how to make a third-person controller or how to set things up like that. This is Spader the Bomb. Wait, this is complete course. I don't believe you. Let's skim through it a little bit. Oh god, what? Hey, what was that?
But hear me out for just a sec. Let me just give some advice on how to make the most of your time here. I will be providing the entire project at the end completely for free. So if you're somebody who just wants to download the project and experiment around, I hear you, I support you. I will have a demo video that helps you do that at the end. But please remember, I have spent over 100 hours on this series. I'm releasing this for free. So if you guys are gonna download the source code, just please help me out. Give this video a like, subscribe, and consider becoming a Patreon or YouTube member. And as of right now, I actually only have 1 Patreon member and 2 YouTube members.
Yeah, consider subscribing. But first, I'm just gonna try to look through the video real quick. The thing is, this is how I pick my game engine. Like, if I can see the stuff that I can work on. Or, wait, why is it? Okay, there we go. Looking through a whole bunch of tutorial videos on how to set something up, and then I can work from there using the knowledge that I've attained. Wait, there's something really funky going on. Okay, there we go. Select controller, input system. Okay, what does it look like? Yeah, perfect. I can add animations later. It doesn't need anything fancy, but I think I can use something like this. But is it a rigid body? Is it something... Wait, it is flying. What the hell? Is that intentional? I think it's a basic, and you can work out the kinks by... Wait, okay, how does he do the animation? Input system, character controller. Come on, play. Okay, there we go. How does he add animations? Is it like a standard thing? I don't know, there's probably like a setup. It's setting up the movement. Oh, you guys can't see this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it looks like it's working. Camera control. Actually, maybe it's like... way later, perhaps. Or maybe he added animations at the end, as soon as he's done with the basic controls. Scroll down, don't mind if I do. Alright, alright. I guess I could use this. Yeah, go back to... Wait, what? This way. I think I just need to do this in my own free time, instead of like doing it on stream. Because in my own free time, I'll be looking through a lot of video tutorials when I'm trying to figure out how to make something work. That being said, I don't think that would make for a very entertaining stream if I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, this is basically what what I'm looking into at the moment. It's not great, but I need to focus and make something work at the very least. I guess this is a perfect moment for that, because Sandbox is coming out soon at the end of the month, to the 28th of April. I think it is. I will check. No, it's not this one. Sandbox. Sbox.game. That's what it is. When's the release? I was gonna go to Steam. Sandbox, there it is. Yeah, there it is. A planned release date, 28th of April 2026. The game plans to unlock in approximately 3 weeks. Can I make a... Alright, let me put this in here. Can I put this in here? Sure. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like in a weird spot at the moment. I think I'm just really bummed out that I haven't really done anything with game dev for a long time. I was really looking forward to working on a game, but I just never got around to it. Now that I'm back on in pretty much full health, I'm feeling fine. I still need to do some tests regarding my medical affliction, but yeah, still. Tell you what, I think I'm just gonna end the stream soonest, because it's not supposed to be like a long stream. It's more like me putting it on camera that I just want to go back into game dev, but I haven't really. Again, I haven't really done anything, and I haven't really planned anything for today's stream. I just mostly just ranting about about game dev stuff in general, but also hoping to inspire some confidence / motivation / interest back into game dev again. And if I can get my mind back into the game dev space, then I can probably like focus a little bit better on it. I've done it before. I've made a functional demo in Unreal Engine, and I've worked a little bit on Unity. I just need to stick to it. So for the next couple of weeks or maybe months from now on, even less streams, maybe like 2 streams a week or so, unless some special events are coming up. I probably won't be doing anything special with Easter at the very least, or anything like that. I still want to do the eye reveal stream and the Magical Girl model that I am working on. Speaking of which, I can share a little bit of that. Oh God, where is it? I saved it, damn it. Alright, I think I can show this. Yeah, there we go. Development is underway. I got actually pretty far. like halfway through the emotion roster. Well, it gets censored because I don't want to reveal my eyes too soon. So the model is going to be able to do all these cool movements, and again, I try not to do anything too fancy, but a redeem is a redeem, and I do want to stick to it. Anything else? Nothing much. It's just gonna be like a weird short stream of me just talking about what I've been planning. But planning or planning doesn't mean anything if I can't stick to it. So yeah. Oh, also, I'm gonna use a gun for the. Is it this one? It's this one. Look, I'll put Bubbo's name on it. It's supposed to be a USB, but it doesn't look right, so I need to work on this a bit more. I need some references. Yeah. Anything else I want to do or say? Yeah, no, not much. It's gonna be jank working with Unity. If Unity doesn't work out for the next couple of weeks, I might dabble in Sandbox. If Sandbox doesn't work out, I'll just simply go back to Unreal Engine and then just stick to it as best as I can. Let me close this down for a bit and turn this thing. Oh god! Oh no! Can we turn this down? Go back in here. Yeah. Come on. Alright. I'm gonna try recreating this in Unity as best as I can. Not all of it, but the basics. Like, just if I can do movement, then maybe I can do weapons. Then I can maybe do NPCs that's just like I can pick up and toss. Not the environmental stuff, because they're non-essential. The thing that I really want to focus is just the basics that I can work with. Pop, pop, pop. Maybe the gun grab as well while I'm at it, but yeah. If I can recreate this in Unity, then I can stick to Unity and maybe just stick to Sandbox later. But I haven't really tried it. Alright, I think that's it for me today. But yeah, it's just a weird stream, like I said. I'm gonna raid into someone. Me messing around in Unity and trying to figure out how to make stuff work is gonna be doing on my own time. Other than that, I'll let you guys know how far I've come. If I didn't do anything productive for the past or for the next couple of weeks, then I just maybe game dev isn't for me, and I'll probably be better off doing Star Sector modding. Let me go back to talk. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, yeah, I really want to go into game dev and focus on it. So less streams, less Star Sector modding, unless it's like more spaceships and guns. That's easy for me to do. What else less? Yeah, I think that's it. I think I can rate into someone special whose birthday is coming up soon. Not Wishy. Wishy's birthday already. Okay, there we go. Can I rate to her? I think I can. Stream for 4 hours. Jeez. Let's see if I can rate into her really quickly. Yes. Alright. I'm gonna start rating into Whiskey Project. Currently playing RimWorld over the Twins.v/Whiskey_project. Yeah, I don't have any specific rate methods in mind. You can just go aux rate or just say aux rate with a emote of your choosing. Let's just do this one. Something like that. Yeah. Thank you very much for this very short but really weird stream about me yapping about game dev. Stream over? Yeah, it's stream over. I've said all that I wanted to say. I really want to go into game dev. Game dev is something really important to me. I've lost one of my balls for it, you know. Unironically, I did lose one of my balls due to testicular cancer. So I'm not gonna keep you guys waiting. Yeah, that's also good. Yeah. Thank you, Roland, for dropping by. Yeah, thank you, Mark Butter. Thank you, Roland, if you're still here. Thank you, Felix. Thank you, anyone else who might be still watching from me right now. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and until next time. Bye-bye.
We're not supposed to play this with medieval tech level. Gods! God damn it! Also, Auxilia Gino, thank you for the raid! I made this unnecessarily hard for myself. Gods, I hope that you are having a good time. I'm just trying to figure out how to terraform water. I have no clue how to advance my tech level. I know that